Live with snow. This is the second blast today. Here's a look at downtown Denver. We thought there would be even more snow by now, but the flurries are coming and it is cold.
In response to this forecast, Denver's activated the overnight shelters for those experiencing homelessness. Of course, that would be in downtown Denver, where the Carla Madison Rec Center on East Colfax is going to be welcoming people tonight and tomorrow night. This is a look at Arvada right now. It was about noon where the city and that early band had already seen about 1.5 inches of snow. Let's take a look at Fort Collins, where it's a little hard to see how much the snow is coming down, but they got plenty on the ground up there. Well, we certainly have you covered tonight with crews scattered across the metro area to give you the idea of what's happening, the current traffic situation as well. But first, we want to get to the forecast. How much is going to come down tonight? Meteorologist Kathy Sabin's in the backyard right now, and it's here.
It's a winter wonderland in fall in downtown Denver. And on the bench behind me, it looks like there's about 1.5 inches of snow, and we're about to double that, maybe even triple that before the night is over. Let's take a look over downtown Denver, shall we? And we'll look off toward the west. Cloud ceiling is starting to come down on Weather 9. You can kind of see the snow starting to fill right back in again. We have the snow this morning, the Arctic cold settling in as that front drops to the south. We're not going to break out of the deep freeze until the weekend. Those planning travel in the high country need to be prepared for winter driving conditions as temperatures have held below average in the 20s across the state for much of the afternoon. Cold air coming at us from Canada and points beyond. Another surge of very cold Arctic air will come in with that front tonight. Wind chills in the single digits and teens now, but we do expect wind chill to go to about -8 in Denver, and that will happen overnight tonight. Heavier snow bands still approaching North Denver, and we do anticipate with that winter weather advisory out until 9 a.m. tomorrow. We're in that 3 to 6 inch snowfall range here. Fort Collins and Greeley in the 4 to 8 inch snowfall range, and then Boulder is in the 5 to 10 inch range. And look at this, we've got that heavy snow really filling in by 9 and 10 o'clock. It's out of here by tomorrow morning, but even with abundant sunshine tomorrow, damage is done. With the winter weather and travel advisories in effect through mid-morning, expect a tough drive tomorrow as temperatures fall out of the 20s now into the single digits. And as we take a look at the streets of downtown Denver, yep, starting to get covered in snow and ice yet again. Back inside.
Of course, the question is, how does it impact the traffic? So we're going to turn to Lauren Robinson, where I-225, if it was 75 and sunny at 5 o'clock, might be a mess.
Yeah, now that the sun is setting and it's getting darker out there, we can expect more congestion and slower drive times. Now, the good news is I don't have any active crashes out there, but what you want to take away is it's going to take you a while to get to where you're going. You want to make sure you give yourself that extra drive time and reduce those speeds. Right now, we have a live look outside at I-225 and Colfax, and you can see these cars barely trudging along. Now, again, the good news is no active crashes. The maybe not so good news is it's going to take you a while to get to your destination safely. Look at these drive times along where we just took that live look outside. I-225 southbound moving at just 6 miles per hour. Northbound a little faster, but again, you're going to want to make sure that you take your time and pack your patience this evening. We take a look just a bit further south, I-225. This is going to be near Parker. The southbound lanes moving at 32 miles per hour, 28 miles per hour in the northbound lane. So all in all, we don't have any active crashes out there, but in order to keep it that way, make sure you pack your patience, use those slower speeds, and then just make sure you're just driving along for the weather conditions on the road.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. Here's a look, a new map from CDOT showing all the snow plows the department has on the roadways right now. A lot of them on I-70, a handful on I-25. They're doing their work, helping us out.
Also out on the roads is 9 News reporter Luis De Leon. He is out driving, checking out the things on the streets firsthand. Luis, where are you? What are you seeing?
Yeah, Tom, Kim, last when we came to you, we were getting on I-25 northbound. We saw things start to get backed up. One would have to assume that that more so has to do with rush hour traffic combined with this weather as well. Let's take a look outside here in front of us. We have switched over to I-25 southbound. We are coming up on the Washington Street, Emerson Street exit here on I-25 southbound, where it would appear now things are starting to slow down once again. We heard Lauren say no active crashes in certain spots around the area. We also heard of the map there with the snow plows. We've seen plenty of them here on I-25 in the last several minutes here as well. A lot of drivers taking it slow more and more as the day goes on, but that's just us driving on the roads here. Treating the roads, though, for people like us, that's a different story, and that's where we're going to bring in Matt Jabla, my colleague, into the mix here. He's joining me live from near I-70 in Havana, I believe. Matt, how are the roads over there?
Luis, right now the situation on the roads out here is pretty good, just a little wet and the usual amount of traffic. CDOT says they'll have crews out all night long trying to keep things as safe as possible on the roads for as long as the storm lasts. CDOT says their crews were out early and often this morning. Before the snow started falling, they pre-treated stretches of I-25, especially in the southern part of the Denver area. They also pre-treated bridge decks and shaded areas that often ice up during winter storms. According to CDOT, more than 100 trucks will be plowing and treating state roads all day today in Region 1, which covers Metro Denver and the I-70 mountain corridor from Golden to the Eisenhower Tunnel.
It's very, very important to be careful when you're out there, to be prepared and to give yourself extra time should you have to drive out in the conditions. Make sure you have the right tires for the weather, which is incredibly important, and just be safe.
According to CDOT, there have been no major accidents on the roads in Metro Denver today, and the hope, of course, is that that will continue tonight and into tomorrow. Kim and Tom?
Okay. Thanks a lot, Matt. We'll stay tuned. Here's a look at what Denver was experiencing earlier today. We have a time lapse from about 8:30 this morning to about 1 this afternoon, so you can see the snow really picked up. There were lulls at times. That's when it allowed the roads to kind of dry out a little bit. But we are not out of the woods tonight because it's coming back.
No, as Kathy said, the next few hours are going to be very important. So there's much more snowstorm coverage in the newscast now and tonight as well at 9 o'clock on KTVD Channel 20 or 10 o'clock right here on 9 News at 10 for the latest on any school closures, other impacts as well. And the morning team is going to come in and get going extra early. They're starting at 4 a.m. tomorrow to keep you abreast of everything.